Alright, we're live with some Izzet Tempo. Had to do some finagling because of some budgetary constraints due to the fact that the cost of Ragavan continues to just go whoop, and the deck wanted to play Izzet Delver in Legacy, but the deck that I even borrowed a couple days ago is now like $100 more, which put it out of the price tag. So I was looking at some Izzet Delver or Izzet Tempo variants for Modern, and came across this little beauty. It originally had 4 copies of Ragavan and a Blood Moon in the main deck. I cut 1 copy of Ragavan for budgetary constraint reasons and added 2 Delvers, so we have 9 1-mana threats and then 4 Murktide Regents. One notable thing about this one is a little bit heavier on creature interaction. You have 4 copies of Unholy Heat, 4 copies of Lightning Bolt. A lot of the original versions were running like 2 copies of Unholy Heat, 4 copies of Lightning Bolt. Obviously, Mishra's Bauble getting paired with everything. So, very interesting list. It's not the most clean version, probably not the correct version. You know, it is what it is because budget is a thing when you're using borrowing services, and certain cards just get astronomically expensive. So, we are playing basically a Delver variant without many copies of Delver. I'm fixing my lands to have snow-covered lands because that's just what I feel like having. But obviously Delver hallmarks, playing the best cantrips in the format, Thought Scour, Serum Visions. Could argue Opt is better, but Thought Scour fits more with Murktide Regent. Counterspell, along with 2 copies of Spell Pierce as your early interaction, is foregoing Force of Negation. Don't know if that's a budgetary concern by the original pilot, but I'm kind of welcome to it that we don't have to play Force of Negations amongst basically Ragavan and the Lonely Troops, pretty much. And then Mishra's Bauble, Expressive Iteration, adds to your cantrip count. And then obviously Darcy, very powerful 1-drop, not to be underestimated, along with Ragavan. Sideboard. Yes, we live. Space Marine, we live. We are live. So, 3 copies of Soul Guide Lantern. Help deal with opposing graveyard shenanigans. So, right. A couple copies of Engineer Explosives, pretty good against a bunch of stuff running around right now. 2 copies of a Braid, because Urza Saga decks, you know, are definitely a thing. 2 copies of Blood Moon to attack your opponent's land bases. 2 copies of Fury as a nice removal spell / another copy of a threat. 3rd copy of Spell Pierce, 2 copies of Aether Gust for any type of blue decks, and 1 copy of Hercule's Recall. Whoever played this deck clearly did not like losing to artifact decks. Yes, this is Modern. I wanted to play Legacy, however, the Delver deck that I borrowed the other day is now $120 some more. So it just wasn't feasible to make changes to it. So we are playing Modern with Delver, but not really. You're not wrong. There are a lot of similarities between the decks. The cantrips are a little bit worse. The counter spells are a little bit worse. But what the deck's trying to do is largely the same. Plus, there's no wastelands in this format, so. But yeah, playing Ragavan, we're playing Darcy. So, they suspended it so you don't get your wild cards back. I started toying with the version of Jeskai Control I'd been playing in Best of 1 with Opt, and it doesn't really. I don't think there's a huge difference between Brainstorm and Opt. Like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely a downgrade on power level, but I don't think it's that big of a difference to make the deck unplayable. I don't think I can keep the 5-lander. Guess we try this one. Put back Steam. No. Put back Basic Mountain here. Bobble ourselves to see what we want to do first. Okay, I am definitely not interested in drawing a Scolding turn. I'm going to fetch basic islands so we can Thought Scour at the end of turn. I think it's only you and me right now, Space Marine, so I don't know that you're going to get a whole lot of advice right now. Maybe later. So we mill a Ragavan and a Mishra's Bauble. Guess we Serum Visions here. Wow, I think I might want all those cards, actually. So I think we put top, cast the monkey, pass the turn. Oh, so we're up against the Jeskai variant. Interesting. She has a boyfriend? Stay the heck away, man. Stay friends, and if something happens, fine. If not, look for other opportunities elsewhere. I wouldn't mess with it, dude. Shouldn't have played this land until after combat, actually. Yeah, that was a mistake. It's going to hold up counterspell here. Well, it's really kind of hard to say, my man. I mean, well, hello there. Seems like a pretty good one to hit. Dude, I have no way to talk about dealing with women. My track record of relationships is not fantastic, so. I think the monkey's about to die. Well. Unholy Heat to Fairy. I guess I did screw up the whatchamacallit of that, though. Should have played... Oh, opponent concedes. Weird. Might want Soul God Lanterns, at least some number of them, because of... Bolt. Some number of bolts seem fine. Shoot, one of the Delvers on the draw. Try like that. Yeah, it's pretty much gotten to the point where even... What's up, Kumar? It's gotten to the point where I'm not even sure Burn is playable anymore. I know Patrick Sullivan posted a list that he 5-0'd with, but man, it feels rough. We Serum Visions here because we really need to hit land drops. Bobble's fine, I guess. Am I interested in Unholy Heat? I guess we'll top it and see what happens. Yeah, I know. He's like the OG Burn player. Now I have the awkward situation of, do I play around them having to ferry? I don't think so. Sure. Still gonna leave that on top. Okay, they're drawing counterspell. I don't know that Modern's more powerful than it was a year ago. I think it's just gotten faster than where it was after the bans. So... I'm deliberately not playing my other lands, so they have to decide whether they want to counter this or not before I would have the chance to play Murktide Regent. They have Path, they have Path. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And take a creature, I suppose. Do you have Path? Looks like you might. Nope. Do you have Supreme Verdict? I think I'd rather see Uro and ban than Oko. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, Bolt in the hand, Source of Iteration, play Chandler. Not even playing Murktide because we would only be able to make it a 4/4 here. Am I about to get big Teferi'd? Or we're trying to hold a counterspell and... What is my opponent doing here? Okay, sure. That seems ambitious. Yeah, it's already banned in Legacy. I don't think it would be good to bring it back in Modern. Going to combat here with both Counterspell and... Monkey is more busted because it's a 1-drop, not because of its actual power level. Like, Monkey's just dumb because it's a 1-drop that can get played by any deck that has 1 red mana pip in it. Sand seems perfectly fine. Keep. Hand seems fine. Which one do I actually lead on here? Lead on Delver. If it dies, it dies. I don't really care if Delver dies. Steinmeier's interesting. Burn, perhaps? Nope. Maybe Asmond? Black-Red Monkey Asmond or whatever. Or we're just up against Jund. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Taking a bit of a risk here, but if we find an instant off of this, yep, put that in the graveyard. We bottom land, top the iteration. No, they can't just ping it with Ren here. Yeah, I've lost a little bit of weight. Sure. I'm not sure what that was trying to accomplish. Oh, Kolaghan's Command, sure. Discard a land. Guess we hope they don't have Liliana here. Alright, we have Terminate. Guess that doesn't particularly matter. Well, guess we can look at our opponent's draw, see what they've got going on. One's gonna have Thoughtseize, which is unfortunate. Blue Delta, not exactly. Sure. Probably taking Murktide here would be my guess. Yep. It's possible we're supposed to hold up Counterspell this turn cycle, but what's actually more interesting, Bolt or Serum Visions? I think Serum Visions is more important. We can safely bottom both those. So we have 3 copies of Unholy Heat to draw to. So I think we dash Ragavan here. Force them to trade off. I know it's a 2-for-1 in their favor, but we just gotta get this stupid thing off the board. We'll wait until their upkeep. Drawing Baron more, which is whatever. Sure. Alright, not the best position to be in, but I suppose not the worst either. Okay, never mind. Alright, I think we can safely go to game number 2. Feels like we want engineered explosives. Could possibly want ether gusts. Could possibly want blood moons. Spell Pierce is okay in some small numbers. Bolt's generally not all that good against Tarmogoyfs and such. Then Pierce is really only okay against Liana. What franchise are you talking about, Space Marine? I'm kind of lost on that conversation. No lander can't keep. One lander, I guess we keep, question mark. Oh. Sure. Well, I know you and Kumar were kind of talking. I was just trying to follow what was going on, that's all. Well, If they have engineered explosives on one, then we die, I guess. Gotcha. Wasn't picking up the reference. Am I about to get pyroclasmed? Nope, run at 6th. Okay. Trigger. No, of course not. Why would Delver actually flip and be a good little insectal aberration? Kolaghan's Command or Liliana? Well, there goes the game. I completely agree. And if I could have afforded to not play Delvers, I would have not played Delvers. Presume this Chandler is just gonna die. Yeah, he's around. Just probably too early for him. He usually pops in like closer to midnight. They have a Terminate. I haven't seen Fawzn around in a little bit. Yep. Yeah, I haven't seen Fawzn since I came back to streaming. I think we might be dead here, unfortunately. I mean, next turn we get to pop Engineered Explosives, kill Bone Crusher, but we're taking 4, 5, 6. And if they have Kolaghan's Command, we're just literally dead. Okay, that's lethal then, because I can't no longer target that. Bolt just does it anyway. I saw him, I don't know. I don't know how representative Jund is in the format right now. Like, it just dismantled us, but we're not exactly the best deck in the format either, so... This hand, unfortunately, is a mulligan. This hand seems okay. Put back... Spell Pierce? Question mark? Spell Pierce or Expressive Iteration? Oh, Tron. Wonderful. Well... It's kind of awkward. Maybe I should have held up Spell Pierce here. No, Tron's always tricky for these more mid-range based variants. Nope. Especially when we mulligan to this and didn't draw a land. Like, if we were on the play, we would have been much better off, I think. Sure. Get rid of our land. Yeah, pretty much. Tron wins. Flawless victory. Yeah. Well, see what they go get. I presume they'll go get 3-ball here and just lock us out. Alright, let's move along. Blood Moons seem decent. Spell Pierce seems okay on the draw. Braids seem okay. Hercules Recall could be a consideration if we have enough stuff to bring out. Bolts seem actively terrible here. We don't want all the copies of Unholy Heat. Ether Gust, debatable. Obviously, you could hit like a Thragtusk, or on the draw, we could potentially hit, or on the play here, we could hit like a Sylvan Scribe, but that feels a little bit meh. EE doesn't do much against them. Recall is like the only other card that I would consider doing something with. And maybe that's worth, but I think between Abrades and Spell Pierces, this is a good enough configuration. This is obviously where having something like Force of Negation would be much better. Yeah, this hand seems at least interesting. Obviously, Blood Moon doesn't become particularly interesting unless we hit a blue source, or basic island, I should say. And our opponent's mulliganing, so should have a better chance this game. I'm not sure which one's better to leave off on, but we'll lead off on Delver. That was dumb. We're gonna mill it anyway. Well, land I would love to have drawn. So that would make Blood Moon a whole lot less painful. Okay, action stirrings. Relic of Progenitus. That's unfortunate. Thanks, Kenneth. I appreciate the donation. That's greatly appreciated. How have you been? Haven't seen you in a while. Fiery Islet. Unfortunately, our clock might be too slow. Why wouldn't you crack your relic here looking for another land drop? Oh, they had Natty Tron. Yeah, I understand that. I completely understand. My streaming schedule is not the best for a lot of people. Well, in that case, sleeping's very much at a premium in your household. Why would you get Blast Zone? It's a Chalice on 2? No, Walking Ballista. Sure. Why would you wait here? This seems foolish. There you go. Well, I agree the top decks are bad, but we did have to Blood Moon under less than ideal circumstances, so, you know. What's up, O'Doyle? How you doing tonight? I'm honestly surprised they didn't get a forest. And honestly, what I think our opponent should have done is I think they should have waited a turn, added another counter to the Ballista, and then still have 1/1 Ballista around. Okay, now they have a green mana. Do they have a Nature's Claim? Nope, Ancient Stirrings. Karn. Well, I think this game is slipping away here. One's drawing a forest. Sure. So while I have some more of you guys here, what are you guys thinking about the Legacy Modern split-on content? Is that something you guys are interested? Like, I know, obviously, Burn is the bread and butter, or was the bread and butter of the format of the deck, but just ain't doing a whole lot these days. Are we liking the mixture of Legacy and Modern, or are we just kind of whatever? Well, some would argue I'm not good with any particular deck other than maybe Burn, so, you know. Do we have a chance here? Not anymore. Like, nope, Wormcoil says no. Another Ballista? Yeah, I think we can safely concede here. Alright, so we lost to Jun and to Tron. Okay. Feels a little sad, but... yeah. I remember when we had paper events too, like it was 2019. Though they are slowly coming back. Oh, it is, but I work... So... Life is a blur right now. I work 5 nights a week at Walmart still. Sand seems fine. It's more of a tempo deck than a threat-based deck, so... It actually runs one more threat than the originals. The original list ran 4 Ragavan, 4 Darcy, and 4 Murktide. Looks like we might be up against the mirror match. I just hold up counter spells this turn. Because I can spell pierce whatever they try to do to Ragavan here. I work 1 to 10. Well, I guess that's one way to win the mirror match. Or pseudo mirror match, such as the case may be. Yeah, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. This gun seems fun. Actually, they're a Luris variant, so I should have brought in Engineered Explosives. I forgot that they were a Luris deck. Which means they're a lot lower to the ground. Doing this so they can't dash. Where are you working at, Space Marine? I know you said you got a new job, but you've bounced jobs a couple of times the last several years, so I lost track, honestly. Oh, okay. You're a pharmacy tech. That's impressive. Why would they just... Oh, because they had to exile the card there. Like, why would they just bolt me there? That makes no sense. So is there anything I'm afraid of this turn? I don't think so. Well, crap. Putting Luris in hand? Yeah. Do this, hold up counterspell, hope they don't have some type of counter to the counter. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with Darcy dying. Oh, of course I would not hit a land here. Well, he's just trying to think of self-mill stuff for... Curious what they get back here. Do they have counterspell? Am I supposed to wait until we untap? Draw a lock. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that, Ando. They have Kolaghan's Command here? Sure. Yep, I think we lose this game. Because I can counterspell here, but then they have Drown in the Lock. I get a little bit of information on the way out. Ugh. Could also potentially want these guys. Inkfall Leviathan could certainly be good. I think the emphasis in Reanimator decks is more ETB value than it is like necessarily a powerful standalone threat. Just because so many things die one way or another. Yep, I'm good with this hand. Well, it's not a matter of can they kill... So unfortunately they'll be able to get a basic island at least. Trying to get a little bit cute here. So I shouldn't have played that Thought Scour because it actually turned on Drown the Lock here. We have a Petty Theft or something? No, they still have Luris. Sure. Sure, this Delver is just gonna die, but I really just don't care. Opponent played their land before they should have. It's got a Darcy. It's on top of their library. Yes, no, maybe. Let's resolve. What's up, War Dog? How you doing? Okay, making sure I didn't disconnect. Presuming this just dies. Probably should have held on to that until I could have done something else, perhaps. Well, that's good. Really would like to find a Murktide. Oh, counterspell's alright, I guess. What a weird game. Alright, Bolt's not terrible here either. Okay. Drawing expressive iteration, one unknown. Presuming this just dies. Yeah. Want to kill it? Kill it. Paying costs. Sure. I think that was to you, good sir, because he's been chattering to me the last couple of nights. Alright, can you kill an 8/8? Seems like that answer is no. We just hold up counterspell and try to kill them. And we got there. Nice. 2 and 2. I'm going to fire up the next match, and then I will need to take a quick stretch. Oh, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Seems fine. Ooh. So Heliod. I don't think tonight, good sir. Chamber cards are still going strong. Well, that's good. Heliod? Yeah. So playing this actually might be a mistake. Maybe I should have shocked in and played Steam Vents. Actually, no, I do get to hold up Counterspell because of Ragavan. We're playing pass here. Conclave Mentor, sure. Also, sure. Monkey is such a silly card. Hey. Let's leave the age joke out of it. Everything else is, yeah, the flea. You could have said flea-ridden creature, and yeah, no infinite life for you. Bad opponent. Bad opponent. There's been a couple people that have been playing it. Well, hello there. so Ether Gust might be okay in some spots. A Braid might be okay. Engineered Explosives, most of their big stuff is 3. We probably actually want Furies in this matchup. Spell Pierces are probably garbage. Expressive Iteration can be a little bit slow. Shave. Actually, probably shave a Ragavan on the draw. Try it like this. I have to give it 2 abilities. Yeah, I do agree there that it's a little bit overpowered in that regard. Sound seems pretty reasonable. So we got to get hit by a Smooth Criminal. Yep. Warlock Champion. Mildly annoying. Boom 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 boom. Third land, Heliod? We still gotta counter that, even if it's not Heliod. Taking a bit of a risk here, because obviously they could have like Collected Company into the nuts, but I think at some point we have to tap out to play threats. So I don't know the. Yeah, if we get Coco'd here, we could regret our decisions. I don't really. Skyclave is whatever. Darcy like is nice, but it's not really the be all end all here. Come on, land drop. But not that one. Whale sugar. I just want to get this game over with. Conclave Mentor's like mildly annoying. Oh boy. Oh boy. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to put the land in my hand, but... Unless the unknown card in their hand's a doozy, I think this game is over. Conclave Mentor ain't gonna do it. So I want to go Bobble, Delver, Trigger, Bobble, because we know we have a Darcy on top. Oh, and a counterspell. Okay, why did that show Darcy? Okay, Serum Vision's going to bail us out. Land, stroke you for 12. Put you to 1. I got 2 counter spells in the hand. I don't think we can lose this game. 2 counter spells plus Neither Gust. GG for the home team, baby. Let's pop a chest and see what we got inside. And not much. Umbra, Mystic, and Deathbridger Goliath. Womp womp. Womp 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 womp. So, despite having to modify the deck, who are you talking to, Space Marine? I say, I don't think I've changed my Discord screen name. I'm pretty sure it's still the same. Oh. Oh, okay. So, deck is sweet. Buy its stuff. I mean, we beat a pseudo mirror match. We beat Heliod. Can't remember what I played in the first round. Oh, Jeskai, control of some kind. Ragavan, Brofer. Follower. That's hilarious at Deadly Reality. Oh, man. That's pretty good. I mean, what can you say? Play the busted cards and you're going to do well. Jund feels like a rough matchup, just as long as it's packing enough good removal for Murktide Regent. I mean, we lost to Anger of the Gods, and we had a quadruple one-drop start by turn 2, and we still lost. The Tron matchup, a little bit weird because I wasn't able to fetch an island. And we lost to our 1/1s, never becoming anything bigger because of Relic of Progenitus. So, those matchups could have gone different ways in some of the games, but Delver versus Tricky, Delver variants or tempo variants versus control are always tricky depending on the timing of threats versus answers. So I'm sure you could build an Esper variant to beat this deck, but once again, are you going to beat the rest of the format if you do? That's the thing about Modern is, a part of the reason Control is not in a good place, besides the fact of, losing a bunch of its powerful tools, like you like to point out the other night, Space Marine, is the fact that the format is so efficient, but also the fact that there are so many things you have to answer. You have to answer the Asmon cookbook decks. You have to answer the Ragavan X decks. You have to answer Hammer Time Urza Saga decks. So, Oh, trust me, Deadly Reality. Go back and watch the chat from... Was it last night, Space Marine, or was it the... No, it was the night I streamed 4-color Lorehold turns and burn. Go back and watch that stream, man. Space Marine was crying the blues, man. But anywho, I want to thank you all for hanging out tonight. Everybody that popped in, Ken with a nice donation, Space Marine, Deadly Reality, War Dog, who else? O'Doyle, Kenneth, Rourke, sorry, I already mentioned him, Kumar, everybody hanging out tonight. I greatly appreciate you all, and want to thank you very much for making tonight a very successful stream. So, hope you all have a good evening, and hopefully you all get some sleep. This has been John for MTG Nexus. Night.